To a challenge of growing a small account to a reasonable figure. Still a small account also, but a reasonable figure. Yeah, growing a $6 to that's a $6 to $100, and that's the challenge I'm currently on. Now, most of you may kind of see this profit, which is within $1 now presently, and be like, oh, like this is very small, like this is very little. I thought you'd be making like 20 presently because you understand, or maybe more than 20 and stuff like that. But I'm going to be explaining everything so you get not just only about the profit. Let me explain my entries also so that you could learn from it and you could actually go far in your trading journey. It could help you understand. For those of you who don't know how to analyze, like this is going to help you go way far. I actually remember when I started this old forex stuff. You understand? I was making like $1 per trade. Like each trade I enter, I was making $1, and compounding the profits together, like it gave me a huge profit. You understand? Like each day I was making like a $20. Make that's taking 20 trades, understand, per day. But all I'm just trying to say is that little profit counts. And when you're trading a small account, you need to what? You need to be patient, understand, to actually trade that stuff. Otherwise, you're going to blow up the whole money, understand. So you have to be patient and the rest. So when I actually saw this trade, this ought to sell from this very point here, understand. But it went a bit higher. I will explain why it went a bit higher. It went a bit higher, obviously, because the week the week of this very high stopped around this place. As you can see, the week of the high stopped. Can you see the arrow? The week of the high stopped around this point instant. So that's why it went up higher. So having analyzed and actually see that what that was a break of structure. This was a break of structure here, as you can see. There was a break of structure here and stand on H4. And what happened? Price fell. So price just came back for a retest. It's just a simple break and retest strategy, you get. So what I did was that I just went to my H1 to see, because when it got to this very point here, that's when it retested. I went to my H1 to see, and H1 was giving a good sign, as you can see here. H1 was giving a good sign. That's a good confirmation sign, as you can see here. So this was a red stuff instant. This is a candlestick pattern. So it gave that very stuff. So I was like, okay, yeah, it seems it's going to fall instant and stuff like that. So I actually reached this 0.01, putting my stop loss above, which was minus two. That's if I was going to lose. If it's going to hit my stop loss, I was going to lose $2.3 instant. So I just decided to put that small position in first of all, because I don't want to, because I'm more like a scalper, understand? You get. So I didn't want to like swing everything. I want to like swing small positions, then I will scalp very, very fast with a very big lot size. Understand? That was what I was planning to do. So, but in order for me to actually do what, in order for me to scalp with a very big lot size, I have to look for a very tight stop loss, because this stop loss is very big. How many positions of 0.01 will I open for me to actually trade a $6 account? Like how many this, that's just three 0.01, and that's not really what I wanted. So I wanted a very tight stop loss so that I can risk more and more instant. So I went to my M15. Yeah, when the time I entered this very trade was when I saw that M15 gave us a candlestick confirmation, showing that what gave us a candlestick confirmation, as you can see here, showing that it was going to fall. So that was when I entered. So I like entering when M15 give me a candlestick confirmation, or when M1 break structure. So kindly note that. And what happened? That was when I sold few, and I told you the reason why I didn't stake much on that very position, on that very place. Understand? So that aside, I now went to M1 to check. So M1 was like, this was also a breakout of structure on M1. As you can see, let me show you. This was a breakout of structure on M1. This was the breakout of structure in M1. And what happened? I wanted to enter this very point here. I wanted to enter from this very point here exactly, but I was kind of like skeptical, because there are actually two entries here, as you can see. Like there is the first entry here, and there's the second entry here. That I understand those two zones. So I was kind of like skeptical and stuff like that. Understand? So, but price actually tapped here, cleared out this liquidity, which I saw, but I was just skeptical on this very, on this very recent. breakout of breakout of the key level instant. So I was just kind of like waiting. So obvious. So after that point, price did what? Price made this very point look like what? It has created the liquidity instant, and price went on and on creating other liquidities like this instant, creating other liquidities like this. So I was waiting for price to break. I'm just waiting for price to do what? To break or clear all this liquidity. Clear the liquidity out, and what happen? Tap on this my zone. Understand? So price will clear this liquidity, clear this very one, and what happen? Tap on the very zone, which I indicated here with an arrow, just like this. Price go up, clear all the liquidity, tap on that zone, then to come down. And now I told you that when my stop loss is tighter, what happen? I get to risk bigger, right? Now, as you can see, this is on M1. Can you see my stop loss up there? Very, very big. That was why I reached very late to instant from the very start. So now, if price gets to this my entry, what happened? I'm going to risk a very lot. You understand? I can actually use limits because it is actually going to clear out liquidity. You get? So now, I'm setting it now. So I'm going to put 0.08. Let's just put 0.08 instant. Yeah, so 0.08. So what about I want to show you my stop loss. So can you see my stop loss is just $3 on 0.08, just 3.4. Yeah, I just increase it so that no matter how price play, you stand, it will just respect the zone. It will just respect the zone. So that's what I did. Or that's what I just did in stand. So if price actually get to this very point in stand, this 0.08 is just $3. Now, in fact, I want to risk that very five. I want to risk $5, not $3. So what I'll do is this. I will just increase my lot size. So I'm going to show you how powerful this reducing stop loss is. How reducing stop loss and increasing your lot size can change your whole game. I can change the game for you. Understand? So 0.14. Let's just put it like that. Yeah, 0.14. So now what happened? I'm going to put my stop loss here, and then you're going to see. So my stop loss is just $5.4, and that's cool with me. Understand? $5.4. Now don't forget that you have other positions here. So now I'm going to reduce this very stop loss to this very point. Now what do you see? 0.37. So the very first one is what? The one I just added now is what? The stop loss is what? The stop loss is $5.4, and my account is overall is 6.3. So it's going to hold it in stand. So now if I was going to like now this my first entry that I got here, the TP. Let me show you something. My first entry that I got, what happened? Where is the TP? This is the TP. So I was risking $2 then, but now I've reduced it. I'm risking 0.37. Now I'm getting $12. Now, if I was to now let me show you how powerful reducing your stop loss is. Now, or getting a tighter stop loss is now this is 0.4. This is the $5 I was risking, and let me show you how much the TP will be like. So can you see 175? But I'm not going to hold to that very point because I'm not swinging, I'm just scalping. So definitely I'll just hold to, let's say, probably like if it gets back to that point, I hold to this very point or probably this very point to the highest. So I'll get like 77. So can you see it's just all about patience instant, just all about patience to wait for the perfect entry. So now when price gets to that very place, it becomes a perfect entry for me. And what happens? I get to meet the market. So let's hold on patiently. Yeah. Thank you.